Bismillahirrahmanirrahim and Assalamualaikum. Respected Lieutenant General Khalid Zia, Hilal Imtiaz Military Retired, MD Fauji Foundation Welfare, Major General Kaleem Asif, Hilal Imtiaz Military Retired, Director Foundation University Islamabad, Major General Qudratullah Malik, Hilal Imtiaz Military Retired, Principal Foundation University Medical College, Major General Mahmood Sultan, Hilal Imtiaz Military Retired, Commandant Fauji Foundation Hospital, General Officer, respected ENT surgeons, my fellow colleagues and all honored ladies and gentlemen. I am Dr. Nusrat Raza, Assistant Professor ENT at Fauji Foundation Hospital. On behalf of Fauji Foundation Hospital, I welcome you all and thank you for sparing your valuable time and honoring us with your presence today. We are gathered here to celebrate completion of 50 cochlear implant surgeries at Fauji Foundation Hospital. Before we begin this ceremony, just for a moment, imagine a muted world without the sweetness of any sound or melody. A world which lacks the beauty of birds chirping, nightingales singing, and beautiful melodies of nature sound. This is what the world is for a deaf and muted child. In a country like Pakistan, these children are often considered to be a burden by their own families. For this reason, WHO has designated 3rd March as World Hearing Day. We feel honored to announce that our hospital has taken a gigantic leap in this regard when, with the help of Pakistan Baitul Maal, it has one of the few selected hospitals in Pakistan to do cochlear implant surgeries as a mega-scale program designated as Samaat. We will begin our ceremony with the recitation of Holy Quran by Ruhail Reyaz. He was previously a deaf and muted child who has spent most of his life in a silent world. His actual age is 11 years and his hearing age is 4 years. Please appreciate his efforts for memorizing verses from Holy Quran. उसके साथ Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem.
Pakistan
now request Major General Syed Nusrat Raza, Hilal-e-Imtiaz Military, to apprise us about Samaat program at Fauji Foundation Hospital.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Respected Lieutenant General Khalid Zia, Hilal-e-Imtiaz Military, retired, MD Welfare, Fauji Foundation. Major General Kaleem Asif, Hilal-e-Imtiaz Military, retired, Rector, Foundation University, Islamabad. General Officers, ladies and gentlemen, I am extremely grateful to all of you to have come here and you have honored us with your presence. I see a galaxy of ENT surgeons sitting here, each one of them a shining star in his own. Some of my own teachers are sitting in front of me, to whom I owe a lot to what I am today. I would briefly be talking about how cochlear implant works and what initiative our hospital and our institution has taken to rehabilitate the deaf-mute children. So I begin with a saying from Holy Quran, a verse from Holy Quran. I'll just translate. Say, O Prophet, He is the one who brought you into being and gave you hearing, sight and intellect. Yet you hardly give any thanks. Now we all, most of us are gifted with all the three senses, hearing, sight and intellect. Yet we take it for granted and we never thank God for giving these senses. Unfortunately, everyone may not be that fortunate, and there are cases when one or more of these senses may be missing. So, in our society, a deaf-mute child who doesn't have the sense of hearing, he becomes isolated in the society and he is generally taken as a burden by the system. But with the development of cochlear implant, there is a big ray of hope for all these children, as you will shortly be seeing when these children would begin to present on the stage. So we have started in our hospital the Samaat program, which stands for Speech and Auditory Management, Assessment and Treatment for Cochlear Implant and Rehabilitation of these children. So before I touch upon how the cochlear implant works, I would just briefly touch upon a few basic definitions. First is the definition of a microphone. Scientifically speaking, microphone is a device which converts sound signals into electrical currents. So this is the microphone. It is converting my sound into electrical current which are transmitted through a series of wires to different areas of this auditorium. Then the speaker. Scientifically speaking, speaker is exactly opposite to that of microphone. It converts electrical signals into sound waves. So there are a number of speakers scattered around this auditorium which are converting the electric current reaching them into sound waves. Now to make the things clear, this is the picture I put there. This is the telephone with which most of the people of my generation grew up with. So this part of telephone is the microphone. It is receiving the sound signals and converting them into electrical signals which are transmitted through this wire to a distant location. While this part of telephone is the speaker, which is receiving electrical signals from some distant locations and converting them into sound waves. We all understand that all the engineers of this universe combined together, they cannot match a fraction of engineering works that God Almighty has created. So this is the picture of the ear. This is the external ear and the middle ear which receive the sound and transmit it to the inner ear, which is the cochlea. This is the cochlea or hearing portion of the inner ear. It has the shape of a snail. If you open up these coils and see inside, you see that inside the coil of cochlea of each side, there are 12,000 tiny microphones installed by God Almighty, which work 24/7, start working right from the child's birth and continue to work till the time that the person survives in this world. So these 12,000 tiny microphones, they take the sound waves at one end, they convert these sound waves into tiny electric current, and these electric currents are then transmitted into these nerve fibers. These nerve fibers group together to form the auditory nerve, which goes all the way to hearing part of the brain, which functions like a speaker and converts these electric currents and deciphers them into meaningful language. Now, it has been scientifically proved that in 95% of the deaf-born children, the defect lies in these tiny microphones scattered around the coil of cochlea, while this nerve and other things are absolutely normal. So, one of the French ENT surgeons by the name of Enier, he suggested that if the defect is at the level of these tiny microphones, can't we replace them by an artificial electronic microphone, small miniature microphone? This simple concept ultimately led to the development of one of the most amazing medical inventions of 20th century, the cochlear implant. The cochlear implant consists of a microphone which receives the sound signals, converts them into electric currents, which are then transmitted through these series of electrodes into the coils of cochlea where they are surgically inserted. So, microphone receives the sound, converts it into electric currents, which are then transmitted through these coils into the coils of cochlea, and they directly this nerve by passing the body's natural microphones. Now, this is the report of Boston Census Organization of 1998, according to which the frequency of deaf-mute children or deaf child born is one of the highest in the world in Pakistan, approximately 1.6 in 1,000. So, translating that into 40 million people, that means that about 2.4 million deaf individuals are present in our system, and at least half of them are profoundly deaf. So these are the certain brands of cochlear implant available. Those in green background are FDA approved. Those in yellow background are not FDA approved. Here in our hospital, we are using the Vidal brand and the Cochlear brand. Now there are certain problems, specific problems regarding cochlear implant surgery in our system. First is the cost of implant. Now a simple FDA approved cochlear implant device roughly costs about between rupees 2.5 million to rupees 3 million. Very few people in our system, in our society can afford that much of money. So here we are grateful to Foundation Maal that it has taken a giant step and it has started financing these children, and the entire procedure is free of cost, entirely financed by Maal. Second is parents' awareness. Firstly, parents are not aware that their deaf child can be brought back into hearing world by surgery. They generally say, Allah ki raza ki bachani banda. They are not aware, and even if they develop this awareness, usually they develop it when the child's age has passed the age when cochlear implant could have been of maximum benefit. Then limited operation theatre resources available. Well, in our hospital we are slightly short of operation theatre, and the work of cochlear implant surgery is enormous. So, with the cooperation of anesthesia team led by Jan Liaquat and helped by Brigadier Faridi, Brigadier Tariq and Dr. Aisha, we are able to perform these surgeries till late hours and even on Sundays. And then we have less qualified cochlear implant surgeons available. According to rough estimate, the total number of qualified cochlear implant surgeons who can perform this surgery independently is around 15 in the entire country. So because of that, we have to train more cochlear implant surgeons. And here at Fauji Foundation Hospital, we have trained 4 cochlear implant surgeons, out of which at least 3 of them can now independently perform cochlear implant surgery. And these are our residents, and hopefully in the span of 3 to 4 years, they would also be in the other run. So now Maal has certain specific criteria for funding these children. Firstly, they say that the age of child should be less than 5 years, because they say that beyond that age, the child's hearing part of brain gets atrophied. Then the child should not have any other defect other than hearing handicap, and the parents' monthly earning should be less than rupees 30,000. They have their own criteria how do they confirm that, but these are the strict criteria for Maal to assist any child for getting cochlear implant. And once the cochlear implant is done, it is activated after about 6 weeks. And a child who has never heard any voice suddenly begins to hear, and the reaction of these children are worth seeing. So we have captured some of these reactions for you. So just see the face of mother and the father crying with emotions. Cochlear implant is activated and child begins to hear. Now a new problem arises, because the child who has learned to communicate through sign language and lip reading, he doesn't feel the need of communicating through this newly acquired sense. He just ignores this sound that is coming into the ear and continues to communicate through sign language. So here comes the role of speech therapist, and we are lucky that in our rehabilitation center, under the guidance of Brigadier Naveed and Dr. Noreen, we have some very qualified speech therapists, Dr. Shahnaz and Dr. Samaat, who are doing speech therapy. And the initial lessons in speech therapy are given in universal language. And by universal language, we mean generally the language spoken by the animals, dogs, cats. A cat of Pakistan would speak the same language as cat of USA. So it is known as universal language. So the initial lessons are given in universal language. Play karen.
Ba ba.
So
Ba ba.
child is given the child is made to hear sound of an animal, and child points to the correct animal. If the child points towards the correct animal, he is given appreciation.
Okay, got it? Good. So, nee. No. Nee. Good.
So after speech therapy lessons for about 3 months to 6 months, the child learns to recognize certain words and do certain action in response to those words, and this is known as speech recognition stage. So next child would be in the speech recognition stage.
Down, in, out, happy, sad. Thank you.
Incidentally, this is the same child 3 years old who did kindergarten today. Now he is on the stage of spontaneous speech. So once child goes beyond word recognition stage, In another 6 months' time, he learns to string words together to make small sentences, and then to string small sentences together to make bigger sentences. And in about 2 to 3 years' time, he's completely rehabilitated into the hearing and listening world, and he doesn't have to go to a special school, and he can then continue his education in the normal school. So you are going to see performance of these children shortly after the presentation. And these are the statistics of cochlear implant surgery. First cochlear implant surgery in this hospital was done somewhere in February 23. And from this part to April 24, only 3 cochlear implant surgeries were done. But after that, somewhere at this point, we entered into MOU with Pakistan Maal, and you can see the result. We are now one of the major cochlear implant surgery centers, and in just about these 8 months' time, we have performed more than 50 cochlear implant surgeries. You will see performance of some of the children later on. This is my own pencil. This is my own drawing of a pencil sketch of first cochlear implant surgery. What actually touched my heart was that this person was specially called from CFH to assist our operation theatre technicians to how to assist cochlear implant. And somehow after a week this person had a heart attack and died. But his technique of laying down trolley still remains with us. So whenever any new thing is started in the society, there is always a resistance by the society. So the first procession against cochlear implant surgery was taken out by Deaf and Mute Society of Great Britain somewhere in the late 1980s. And their slogan was that by doing cochlear implant, you are depriving the deaf child from the beauty of sign language and making him or her dependent on a stupid machine. But now, these types of resistance are there in all societies. Now their society has gone much beyond that, and now every child is identified right at birth if he is deaf, and at the first birthday, state sponsors cochlear implant in his both the years. So because of this reason, the special schools for deaf children are now a thing of course in the developed world. Now we are in the early phases, and we still lack the awareness for these systems. I end up by quoting a saying of Professor Nadeem Rizvi. He is the person who founded the Sindh Institute of Urology and Transplant, which performs renal transplant and dialysis free of cost to a large segment of population. And he said that we cannot let them die just because they cannot afford to live. So translating it to deaf-mute children, this is the first child who had cochlear implant here, and you can see the hope on his face. So we cannot allow our children to remain deaf just because they cannot afford to hear. We are grateful to Maal and all the charitable organizations who are sponsoring these children, and we hope that inshallah we will continue to contribute our little bit in the national development, and we will continue our efforts to bring this segment of society into the mainstream. So this is our cochlear implant team consisting of cochlear implant surgeons, anesthetists, child specialists, rehabilitation specialists, radiologists, and under the supervision of commandant of hospital. Thank you.
You would now watch a small documentary showcasing evolution of Cochlear Implant Program at Fauji Foundation Hospital.
1.5 साल की उम्र में था जब हमने इसका शुरू करना है कि सुनता नहीं। तो डॉक्टर साहब को चेक कराया, वहीं हमारे जिला में डॉक्टर हैं ENT, उनको दिखाया, हमने टेस्ट वगैरह किए तो उन्होंने कहा कि इसका प्रॉब्लम है फ्रीक्वेंसी कम है इसकी। कुछ बच्चे होते हैं ना जो बिल्कुल एक्सपायर होते हैं जिनके कोई चांसेस नहीं, उन्होंने मुझे गाइड किया कि इसके चांसेस हैं, पॉइंट में फ्रीक्वेंसी इसका हल हो सकता है।
जो बच्चा ना सुन सकता है, ना समझ सकता है, ना बोल सकता है, वो माशरे से भी अलग हो जाता है, आइसोलेट हो जाता है।
हमारे माशरे में मरूसी बहरेपन वाला बच्चा ज़्यादा बेहतर परफॉर्म नहीं कर सकता, बावजूद इसके कि बाकी सेंसेस उसकी आम बच्चों से ज़्यादा तेज काम करना शुरू हो गई होती है।
उनकी शायद खानदान वाले हेलो या कुछ वही उनका एक सहारा होते हैं, वही उनका एक आप कह लें सोशल सर्कल होता है, उससे ज़्यादा वो आइसोलेट।
वो बच्चे जो सुनाई से पैदाइशी तौर पे महरूम होते हैं, इनिशियली पेरेंट्स भी उनको पिक नहीं कर पाते और कुछ अर्सा गुजरने के बाद पेरेंट्स को अंदाज़ा होता है कि हमारा बच्चा सुन नहीं रहा।
मेरी बेटी जब 1 साल की तब हमें पता चला कि मेरी बेटी सुन और बोल नहीं सकती।
बड़ा मुश्किल था वो हमारे लिए, क्योंकि मेरी फैमिली का मतलब पहला बच्चा था मेरा, तो यही इसके साथ ये ट्रेजेडी हो गई।
Being a mother, I can understand कि पेरेंट्स के ऊपर क्या गुजर होता है, किसी के घर में कैसा बच्चा पैदा हो जो नहीं सुन सकता, और जब तक उसका इम्प्लांट नहीं होता वो किस ऑडियंस से गुजर रहे होते हैं।
कई लोगों ने कहा कि इसको स्पेशल स्कूल में दाखिल कराओ। वहाँ मैं गई, मैंने वहाँ के बच्चों को देखा, मेरा दिल नहीं माना कि मेरा बच्चा माजूर नहीं है।
हमें बहुत तकलीफ दे थी, हम तकलीफ में भी थे। सही बात है, कोई भी पेरेंट्स हो ना, पता लगे कि बच्ची के साथ एक बच्ची हो या बच्चा हो, दोनों साथ किसी के साथ भी कोई प्रॉब्लम होना तो वो वालिदैन के लिए मेरे ख्याल में कोई वसीयत नहीं हो सकती।
जब किसी के घर भी एक मरूसी बहरेपन वाला बच्चा पैदा होता है तो एक उसका रिएक्शन ये होता है कि बस जी अल्लाह की रज़ा है, और इसके बारे में उनको कोई मालूमात नहीं होती कि कॉक्लियर इम्प्लांट के ज़रिए इस बच्चे की क़ुव्वत इस्मात मुकम्मल तौर पर बहाल की जा सकती है।
ये ज़िंदगी के मुख्तलिफ शोबों के बहुत सारे मसाइल हैं, इसका एक हाथ तो मुमकिन यकीन नहीं है, लेकिन इसकी शुरुआत इसके कॉक्लियर इम्प्लांट से ही है। जब से यहाँ पे कॉक्लियर इम्प्लांट शुरू हुआ है, माशाल्लाह 50 से ज़्यादा बच्चों को कॉक्लियर इम्प्लांट किया जा चुका है। पीडियाट्रिक डिपार्टमेंट की इसमें बड़ी जिम्मेदारी ये होती है कि कुछ बच्चे होते हैं जो सिर्फ स्मार्ट से महरूम होते हैं, जिसकी वजह से बोल नहीं सकते, और बाकी उनका दिमाग, दिल, बाकी हर चीज़ नॉर्मल होती है। स्क्रीनिंग के लिए हमारे पास बच्चा भेजा जाता है, हम उसका पूरा मुआयना करते हैं और हम उसमें ये चेक करके बताते हैं कि इसको सुनने या स्मार्ट महरूमी के अलावा कोई बड़ा मसला नहीं है, और अगर इसको कॉक्लियर इम्प्लांट हो जाए तो ये अपनी नॉर्मल ज़िंदगी गुजार सकेगा। ये सर्जरी बहुत बड़ी जिम्मेदारी है, ना सिर्फ इसकी कीमत के लिहाज से बल्कि वालिदैन की औलाद के लिए बहुत बड़ा असासा होती है, और ये एक अमानत होती है जिसकी हम जिम्मेदारी देते हैं।
सर्जरी के 6 वीक्स बाद हम बच्चे को एक्टिवेशन के लिए बनाते हैं। वो हमारे लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट डे है, बोथ फॉर द पेरेंट्स एंड फॉर द सर्जन, बिकॉज वो फर्स्ट डे है जब वो बच्चा कोई साउंड सुनाएगा।
ऑपरेशन के बाद हमारा दूसरा ऑपरेशन हो जाता है, क्योंकि स्पीच थेरेपी की वजह है इमोशनल है, और स्पीच थेरेपी जो है ये कॉक्लियर इम्प्लांट के लिए बहुत ही ज़्यादा जरूरी है, क्योंकि इसके बगैर जो बच्चे पैदाइशी तौर पर ये आवाज़ में भी सुने और बोलने की सही से नहीं होते हैं, उसको स्पीच थेरेपी के जरिए हम इस काबिल बना देते हैं कि वो बोलें और सुनने की सलाहियत दोबारा हासिल कर सकें।
मुझे एप्पल दे दो, एप्पल। Very good. What is it? Apple.
होता है, लेकिन अब आगे उसके नए चैलेंजेस होते हैं क्योंकि उसमें उससे सुनना और बोलना शुरू करना होता है।
24 लाख बच्चे मौलूसी बहरेपन का शिकार हैं। इतनी बड़ी तादाद को हम कुव्वत इस्तेमाल से महरूम रख के अपने मुल्क की तरक्की को भी हम कॉम्प्रोमाइज करते हैं। हम चाहते हैं कि ये इलाज इस मुल्क के हर शहरी को मैसर हो। कोई बच्चा सिर्फ इस वजह से इस इलाज से महरूम ना रह जाए कि उसके वालिदैन की माली हालत इसकी इजाज़त नहीं देती। और हम अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह इस प्रोग्राम को ऐसे ही चला रहे हैं कि भले अमीर का बेटा हो या गरीब का बच्चा हो, सबको इस इलाज का रसाई हासिल हो।
कॉक्लियर इम्प्लांट की डिवाइस तकरीबन 25 to 35 लाख की मार्केट में अवेलेबल है, जो कि एक आम आदमी के लिए नहायत ही मुश्किल है कि वो इसे अफोर्ड कर सके। इस चीज़ को मद्देनजर रखते हुए फौजी फाउंडेशन हॉस्पिटल और बैतुल माल ने समात प्रोग्राम स्टार्ट किया है, जिसके जरिए हम पेशेंट्स को कॉक्लियर इम्प्लांट का प्रोसीजर फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं।
उनकी बात है कि मैं एक पाकिस्तान की बेस्ट टीम के साथ काम कर रहा हूँ और क्योंकि ये जो कॉम्प्लेक्स प्रॉपर्टी के बच्चे आते हैं, ये फाइनल बच्चे होते हैं, कंजेनिटल प्रॉब्लम होते हैं, तो बड़ा केयरफुली हमें इनकी असेसमेंट करनी पड़ती है और इंटरप्रेटिव मैनेजमेंट भी हमें बहुत मेहनत करते हैं,
जिसके लिए हमारा गवर्नमेंट इसके लिए सारी सहूलतें और सारी महारतें मौजूद हैं, जिसको हम बड़े स्पेशल तरीके से इन बच्चों का ख्याल रखते हैं। और अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह अब तक जितने भी ऑपरेशन हैं एनेस्थीसिया बेहोशी के पॉइंट से, पीटीसी के और सर्जरी के पॉइंट से अभी तक सारे कामयाब और बहुत अच्छे
पाकिस्तान का हर बच्चा इस मुल्क का सरमाया और मुस्तकबिल का बीमार है। कुव्वत समात की महरूमी इन बच्चों के रोशन मुस्तकबिल में एक बहुत बड़ी रुकावट है। कॉक्लियर इम्प्लांट के ऑपरेशन से लेकर स्पीच थेरेपी तक के मरने तक जब तक इन बच्चों की बोलने की सलाहियत पूरी तरह बहाली हो जाती है, इस सफर में हम इनके साथ साथ
बेहद खुशी महसूस कर रहा हूँ कि हमारे इदारे में कॉक्लियर इम्प्लांट प्रोग्राम का लगाया गया पौधा मुख्तसर अरसे में इंतहाई ताकतवर और मजबूत दरख्त बन चुका है। इसके लिए तमाम टीम मुबारकबाद की मुस्तहिक है, जिसने इंतहाई कामयाबी और खुशसलूकी और प्रोफेशनलिज्म से इस प्रोग्राम को आगे बढ़ाया।
We are working very hard in close cooperation with Fauji Foundation and other hospitals in Pakistan to help people to overcome hearing loss as a barrier to communication and quality of life. Traveling the whole world makes me extremely happy to see the highest standards of service quality provided in Pakistan.
अब तक प्रोग्राम के तहत 4 से ज़्यादा कुल समाज के महरूम बच्चों का हम ऑपरेशन किया और हमारा अंदाजा है कि हर माह 10 से 15 मुफ्त कॉपी इस्तेमाल करें ताकि बच्चे मुख्य शहरी मुल्की तरक्की में अपना किरदार अदा कर सकें। हमारा फौजी फाउंडेशन अस्पताल इंशाअल्लाह मुल्क की तरक्की की खातिर इस तरह है अपनी ताकत के मुताबिक अपना अहम किरदार अदा करता रहे।
The second child is Minsa Shahzadi. She is 5 years old and her hearing age is 3 months. She can listen and follow the commands.
Minsa, up. Hands up. Samne dekha nahi bachche mein. Hands up. Very good job. Minsa, clapping. start clapping. Clapping. Yes. So keep clapping. Yay. Turn around. How to turn around? Turn around. Turn around. Very good. Okay. Wait for everyone. Very good. Okay.
The third child is Marwazia. She is 5 years old, but her hearing gauge is. She is on 1 word level and can speak 10 to 15 words.
Ajay, Marwa. Marwa will listen and then she'll take word and things and then she'll produce it as well. Marwa, बेटे इसमें से मुझे बॉल दे दो. बॉल देखो कहाँ है? पीछे देखते हैं. बॉल. बॉल. Yes, what is it? Ball. Marwa, pizza. Pizza. Yes. उनको दिखाओ, ऐसे दिखाओ. Yes. Pizza. Very good. Marwa, apple दे दो. Apple. 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 Orange नहीं, apple. हाँ. Apple दे. Yes. This is very good. The last is Marwa, orange. Orange खाओ. Orange कहाँ है orange? What is this? What is something? Orange. Thank you, Marwa.
The fourth child is Aisha Heather. She is 5 years of age. She has been using hearing aid for 1 year and 6 months for cochlear implant surgery. She is on spontaneous speech stage.
आयशा बेटा, आपको आवाज आ रही है?
ये
आपके पापा का क्या नाम है?
मेरा नाम आयशा है। मम्मा का नाम अमदा है।
आप कैसी हैं?
मैं ठीक हूँ।
आपने खाना खाया?
पापा का नाम
आपने खाना खाया?
ये खाना है।
आपके पापा का क्या नाम है?
पापा का नाम है।
आप स्कूल जाती हैं?
Fifth child is Halim. She is 6 years of age. Her hearing age is with hearing aid 2 years and 3 months with cochlear implant. She is also on spontaneous speech.
हरीम फौजी फाउंडेशन और टीम को थैंक यू वेरी थोड़ी सी इंटेलिजिबिलिटी का होगा इशू लेकिन हरीम अकेली में हरीम मैं फैसलाबाद से हूँ थैंक यू
Last, we have Cochlear Reyes. He is 11 years old, but his hearing age is 4 years. He is also on spontaneous speech stage.
रुहेल कलमा समात से नहीं समात समात शुरुआत।
Now these children will have a performance on a poem.
One little finger, one little finger, one little finger, tap, tap, tap. Point your finger up, point your finger down, put it on your head, head. One little finger, one little finger, one little finger, tap, tap, tap. Point your finger up, point your finger down, put it on your nose, nose. One little finger, one little finger, one little finger, tap, tap, tap. Point your finger up, point your finger down, put it on your chin, chin. One little finger, one little finger, one little finger, tap, tap, tap. Point your finger up, point your finger down, put it on your arm, arm. One little finger, one little finger, one little finger, tap, tap, tap. Point your finger up, point your finger down, put it on your leg, leg. One little finger, one little finger, one little finger, tap, tap, tap. Point your finger up, point your finger down, put it on your foot, foot. Put it on your leg, leg. Put it on your arm, arm. Put it on your chin, chin. Put it on your nose, nose. Put it on your head, head. Now let's wave goodbye, goodbye.
I would now request the worthy Chief Guest Lieutenant General Khalid Zia to activate cochlear implant of our two children who underwent 50th and 51st cochlear implant at FFH. I would now request Lieutenant General Khalid Zia Hilali Imtiaz Military to distribute shields among ENT consultants and Lifetime Achievement Awards to our two most senior ENT legendary surgeons. Kindly come on the stage when your name is called. Major General Nusrat Raza, Hilali Imtiaz Military, he is also advisor ENT. Major General Shoaib Ahmed, Brigadier Khizr Hamid, Brigadier Shehzad Hamid, do we have Brigadier Shehzad Hamid? Okay. Brigadier Shakil Ahmed, Brigadier Arshad Chauhan, Professor Musharraf Beg, Professor Altaf HOD Films, Dr. Jawad, HOD CDA. Colonel Riaz Khokhar, Colonel Umar Asim, Dr. Talal, Professor Talal. Commandant Munir, now we will present Lifetime Achievement Awards. First is Brigadier Danial Rashid, Cochlear Implants Military Retired. Brigadier Danial Rashid graduated from Khyber Medical College in 1966, joined the Pakistan Army Medical Corps and served in uniform till the year 2001. He had steps of taking the specialty of ENT to its new heights. He was one of those transformed the specialty from traditional ENT to advanced head and neck surgery. He began the culture of research paper writing in ENT. He trained maximum numbers of ENT surgeons during his tenure, including all the serving and retired general officers in ENT sitting here. Sir, the specialty owns a lot to you, and we thank you for being here. Next to receive Lifetime Achievement Award is Professor Mujahid Bangish. Professor Mujahid Bangish is the senior most practicing ENT surgeon here in Pakistan. He was instrumental in establishing the Department of ENT Surgery at BIMS. His achievement for the nation, however, goes much beyond ENT. He was an excellent field hockey player who played for Pakistan. He became part of the Pakistan field hockey team, which brought home the first Hockey World Cup held at Barcelona in the final. These were the 20 paisa postage stamps printed by Pakistan Post Office to celebrate the occasion. He then went to England to do his residency training in ENT. While at England, he captained the Yorkshire field hockey team. Under his captaincy, Yorkshire hockey team won the British Championship. We all thank you for being here, our legendary ENT surgeon and national sports hero. I would now request Director FUI Major General Kaleem Hilal Imtiaz Military to present Hospital Shield to Lieutenant General Khalid Zia Hilal Imtiaz Military Retired. Now we will be presenting a shield from MD to General Nusrat. I now call upon the Chief Guest Lieutenant General Khalid Zia to enlighten us with his comments.
Thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum.
General Kaleem, General Qudratullah, and of course General Nusrat, and general officers, doctors, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. It is indeed a pleasure for me to be here today on this occasion. In fact, جو شروع میں آیت ریفرنس دی گئی قرآن پاک کی, all of us who can hear, speak and see, we should be extremely thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and most of us, we at times we take our senses for granted, اور بہت ساری ایسی نعمتیں ہیں جن کو ہم سمجھتے ہیں کہ شاید یہ ہمارا حق ہے, لیکن یہ سب کچھ اللہ تعالیٰ کی طرف سے ہمارے لیے ایک عنایت ہوتی ہے. تو اس لیے رائٹ ایٹ دا آؤٹ سائڈ اوپننگ میں یہ کہوں گا کہ ہمارے تمام لوگوں کی عادت ہونی چاہیے کہ ہر وقت اللہ تعالیٰ کا شکر بجا لاتے رہیں, کیونکہ اس کی فضل سے ہی یہ سب کچھ سلسلہ چل رہا ہے. اگر یہ کوکلیئر امپلانٹ ہے یا کچھ ہے, کوئی بھی سائنٹیفک ڈیولپمنٹ ہے, کہا یہ جاتا ہے کہ کریٹیوٹی از ناٹ ود دا ہیومنس, اٹ از اونلی دیٹ یو ڈسکور تھنگس. Creativity lies with the Creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it is the human mind can only pick certain things which are available and then build a device like a cochlear implant, which is actually phenomenal. To see children having had their hearing restored or partially restored is really amazing. جب میں پہلی وزٹ پہ آیا تو اس وقت مجھے بتایا گیا, I had no idea what's a cochlear implant, and I had no idea that there was some sort of کوئی چیز ایسی ہے جس سے بہرے پن کا علاج ہو سکتا ہے. So that's the kind of awareness that we have in our country. اور ایک چیز جو مجھے دیکھ کے افسوس بھی ہوا کہ ہمارے ہاں ہر چیز کی جس کی کوئی نیگیٹو وائبس ہوں اس کی پرسنٹیج میں ہم دنیا میں لیڈ کر رہے ہوتے ہیں ایز اے نیشن. سو اٹ از ویری ٹربلنگ. اور اس میں ہمارے ہاں جو اسپیشل چلڈرن ہیں ان کی تعداد بڑھتی جا رہی ہے, اور اس کی وجہ یہ ہے کہ ہماری جو فیملی اور کزن میرجز کی وجہ سے یہ سب کچھ ہو رہا ہے, اور ان سے یہ بہت چیزیں بڑھتی جاتی ہیں. سو ایک اویئرنیس یہ بھی ہے کہ ہمیں اپنے لوگوں کو یہ چیز بتانی چاہیے کہ یہ کن وجوہات کی بنا پر ہو رہا ہے. کچھ چیزیں یس اور ان کا شاید اس سے بالکل تعلق نہ ہو, لیکن بہت ساری ایسی چیزیں ہیں جن کا اس سے تعلق ہے. دوسرا اویئرنیس نہیں ہے. فرینکلی مجھے ذاتی طور پہ تو بالکل نہیں معلوم تھا, شاید آپ لوگوں کو پہلے پتہ ہو. I really don't know because this is something which is not known commonly. commonly لوگوں کو نہیں پتہ ان چیزوں کا. اور یہ بھی جب میں بیٹھا ہوا بات کر رہا تھا جن صاحب سے, تو وہ کہہ رہے ہیں کہ اگر 1 سال کی ایج میں یا اس کے قریب کوئی بچہ آ جاتا ہے اور اس کا امپلانٹ ہو جاتا ہے تو اس کی جو اسپیچ کوالٹی ہے وہ بہت جلدی اور بہت زبردست ہو جاتی ہے. ہی کین اسپیک نارملی ویری کوئکلی. لیکن جتنا لیٹ بچہ آئے گا اتنی اس کی جو ہے اسپیچ تھراپی اور اتنا ہی بڑا چیلنج ہوگا اس کے لیے ایونچولی ٹو کنورس ان اے ویری ویری کمفرٹیبل مینر لائک موسٹ آف اس کین. سو اس لیے اس کی یہ اویئرنیس, اس پورے پروگرام کی پروپوگیشن آئی تھنک بیکمز اے ویری امپورٹنٹ ایسپیکٹ آف واٹ وی نیڈ ٹو تھنک اباؤٹ ان فیوچر. دوسرا جو مجھے بیٹھے ہے کہ if بیت المال, and we are really thankful to بیت المال for providing the finances, bulk of the finances to do these procedures, I would actually look at establishing a cochlear implant fund, and we would like, ہمارے ہاں ڈونیشنز کی کوئی کمی نہیں ہے ملک میں. ہمارے probably جتنی ڈونیشنز لوگ دیتے ہیں اور بہت ڈونیشنز دیتے ہیں, صرف ہمیں اس پروگرام کو پروپوگیٹ کرنا ہے. جس طرح یہ آپ کی ویڈیوز اور یہ بنی ہوئی ہیں, ان کو سوشل میڈیا پہ اور مختلف فورمز پہ ان کو لے کے جانا ہے تاکہ جو مخیر حضرات ہیں وہ اپنی کنٹریبیوشن کرتے رہیں. اینڈ وی کریٹ ادر دین دا بیت المال, اف وی کین کریٹ اے فنڈ وچ could be established as a cochlear implant fund, we have to look at it, but these are just some things which I was just sitting there and I was thinking about, that we should be able to do that. And اسی طرح اس آرگنائزیشن with a team of doctors which has to come together to articulate this operation, the facilities which exist, they really need to continue to be improved. The whole team, I mean, it's a operation, then during the operation and post-operation. So it's a complete set of different specialities which is actually synchronized and integrated to create what we have been able to see today. So I would expect that we continue to work in harmony and in sync and continue to build those specialities and capabilities which will enable us to provide these services and other medical and healthcare services to our beneficiaries as well as to the common Pakistani citizens. The criteria with Baitul Maal, of course, कोई भी चीज़ करनी हो उसका criteria तो बनाना पड़ता है, वरना there are no unlimited funds available anywhere. We need to actually think about it because वो जो 30,000 का फिगर उन्होंने रखा है वो बहुत है, and then of course ये violate होता होगा. कोई ऐसा जब आप criteria रखते हैं, ये कब बना हमें नहीं पता, जब बना तब what was the financial situation, and मगर आज से 20 साल पहले देखें तो फ़र्क है. आज जो lowest pay scale गवर्नमेंट का डिफाइंड है वो 37,000 रुपीज़ पर मंथ है, if I am not wrong. So lot has changed. So इसको भी हमें revisit करना पड़ेगा. जहाँ तक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर की बात की गई in terms of availabilities of OTs and capacity building of the hospital, Jan Zafar, our Director Health, is sitting here. We are trying to go in a big way to upgrade our main flagship hospital of Fauji Foundation, that is Fauji Foundation Hospital, Rawalpindi. इसकी कुछ बेसिक चीज़ें तो हम अभी कर रहे हैं, जिसमें हम OTs की तादाद में 2 OTs एडिशनल क्रिएट कर रहे हैं, और उसके बाद एक बड़ा पुराना प्रोजेक्ट इसका पेंडिंग पड़ा हुआ है जो कि D ब्लॉक कहलाता है, which is more or less a complete new hospital which has to come up, which will have a very huge capacity in terms of bed space, and all sorts of facilities will be there, inshallah. So we are also into that mode that we are with the consultants, we have some funds available, and we are going to look at it for next 3 years or so to be able to complete that. So infrastructure, capability enhancement, availability of funds, we will try our best to keep these flowing so that healthcare services which are essentially needed not only for our beneficiaries but for all citizens of Pakistan are continuously provided. So in the end, I would like to appreciate the whole team, Nusrat and his team, and all the other doctors, especially the speech therapists and all, because I can understand what kind of challenge they face once they come across these children, and all of us need to develop some sort of empathy towards the parents, towards the children who are undergoing, for that matter, hearing impairment, or for that matter, any other impairment. That is very important, and we need to make them useful members of our society. Inshallah, with this initiative and other positive initiatives in the right direction, we will be able to prosper. Thank you very much.